Today I'm releasing my very first Jurgen Klopp tactic, and it's one for the 23-24 season. We've got brand new signings of Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister in midfield. We've got inverted wing back on attack and Trent Alexander-Arnold, and also Darwizzy is about to score a serious amount of goals. So without further ado, let's get right into Jurgen Klopp's 4-3-3. What's going on there, guys? Kempy here, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video from myself, and today is the first video on the new PC, which means you little rascals have got player faces, and I know you're excited about that because everyone has been slating me for not having player faces. For the whole of this FM, the new PC is in, I've sorted out the issues, and the player faces are in, and I'm absolutely buzzing for that. So hopefully, you know, you guys can still comment down below and keep the interaction flowing, but let me know down below how much you love these player faces, and just smash the support like you guys have been so far anyway. But today, you're not here for player faces, you're mainly here for a tactic, and this tactic is a Jurgen Klopp 4-3-3 for the 23-24 season. Now, Liverpool last season did not have a very good year at all. Getting into the Europa League is a poor season for Liverpool, considering they've been challenging City for years. You know, City have won the league now 3 times in a row, but Liverpool have been that team to push them to the post. But the last season was not one of them. Luckily, this season we have bounced back. We have dominated the Premier League. We have won every single trophy possible, including the Europa League. A nice 4-1 victory against Ajax, and I will show you some highlights in just a few minutes. But we'll go through the results first of all. We'll go through the tactic, then we'll get some highlights in. We won the FA Cup as well. A 2-0 victory against Brentford is very nice to see. In the Carabao Cup, a 2-0 victory against Spurs, and we did stop Spurs winning their first trophy in years and years and years. But the main reason I am so in love with this tactic is the league performance. 95 points and 93 goal difference. Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. The goal difference is absolutely outrageous in the Premier League. 30 wins, 5 draws and 3 losses. We scored 115 goals, conceded just 22 goals all season. Now, we're not going to keep the most possession. It is an incredibly aggressive, attacking, high-press tactic, which obviously Jurgen Klopp is very well known for. And having the fewest shots against of 280 and having the most shots of 850, 100 more than Manchester City, is extremely, extremely impressive. And I'm very happy with the results of this tactic. Data hub-wise, looking at just over 3 goals per game, conceding just 0.58. And the goal scorers in this tactic, well, I told you Darwin Núñez was about to go absolutely off. In 39 starts, he scored 40 goals, which is unbelievable. Mo Salah with 36 and 17 assists. Cody Gakpo with 26 goals and 12 assists. Diego Jota, 22 goals, 7 assists. Luis Diaz, 12 and 7. New signing and cover star Dominic Szoboszlai for tomorrow's rebuild is 10 goals and 11 assists. And this guy is just absolutely outrageous. He is fantastic on this year's game, and I'm buzzing that, you know, well, I'm not buzzing that he's gone to Liverpool because I'm a United fan, as you can see, but it'd be nice to see someone of his quality in the Premier League. Very good talent, great flair, free kick taking, technique, corners. I can really appreciate a good player, and Dominic Szoboszlai is exactly that. 5 goals and 15 assists for Alexis McAllister as well, and Trent Alexander-Arnold might not be the greatest defender in the world, but an inverted wing back on attack, getting himself right up the pitch and right involved with 17 crossing, 17 first touch. It works quite well. 25 assists this season for Trent, and he's done an absolute mission on that right-hand side. The team overall performed very, very well, but I think it's time you guys saw a few highlights. So without further ado, let's go through all the finals, shall we, and show you some absolutely outrageous goals we're going to score. We're going to start things off then with a Cody Gakpo 8-minute hat-trick, and here is Gakpo on the edge of the box, finding Fabinho, finding Salah, through to Gakpo, and he is going to put it in the top bins. Gakpo, I'm guessing, is playing down the middle in this game as the striker. Joe Gomez on the ball, finding Mo Salah down the right-hand side. He's going to get it in the box, and Gakpo is going to find some space in the middle again to make it 2-1. Robertson on the left-hand side, finding Fabinho in DM. He's going to do a great one at the top to Mo Salah, and who's going to be in the middle for 8-minute hat-trick? Cody Gakpo is going to be in the middle for an 8-minute hat-trick. Very, very impressive. I'm going to go ahead and get our fourth as well with Ibrahim Konate beating his man to the header, and Rudy's going to save it into the back of the net. We'll watch the Ajax goal as well because it's only one. It's Owen Window on the ball, a good ball down the line to Mo Kudus, because obviously Trent is very attacking down that right-hand side, and that inverted wing-back is extremely high, you know, up the line. You will see some goals where that right-hand side does get exposed, which I think is to be expected. I mean, I'm not being funny. We are using an inverted wing-back on attack on that right-hand side. So, you know, you are going to concede goals down that side, so be aware of that one. Going into the FA Cup final, Cody Gakpo, front post goal from a McAllister assist. Funny how we didn't see that many goals in the stat screen from Gakpo, but in these games, it is all Cody Gakpo. Salah to Harvey Elliott to Cody Gakpo to put it through to 2-0, and we do beat Brentford in this one as well. Can we watch the Carabao Cup final? Sometimes it goes too far back and you can't watch it Be good if we could, and we can. And Mo Salah brace this time as well. So not all Cody Gakpo. In fact, didn't even get in the team for this one. It was just Núñez up front. Fabinho in that DM role, finding Darwin Núñez to find Dominic Szoboszlai through to Núñez. He's going to shoot, Vicario is going to save it, and Salah is going to tap it home. But you can see them sort of in behind runs that the boys are doing. Very, very impressive. Salah with a ball into the back stick. Núñez not going to get that one. Gakpo down to Elliott. Elliott to Szoboszlai to Salah. Turns and finishes without any doubt. And it's 2-0 in the Carabao Cup final as well. So a nice little string of highlights to show you guys. And the tactic itself as well, we will show you right away. As a sweeper keeper on support in goal as Alisson. Tackle harder on him, you know, very standard for a goalkeeper. The inverted wing back on attack. Now, Trent is unbelievable at this position. We have done a test with Borussia Dortmund as well, Klopp's old team, and the results are not as good. And I do genuinely believe that is because it's a very, very attacking system down this right-hand side. So if you know you aren't plugging this in where you've got a Trent at right back, if you've got a regen who's just as good, you know, you can keep it. But if you've got someone who's not quite as good going forward, you're not quite as good at the back, maybe just tweak that to support or even defend and just have that inverted player still giving you options. And the right centre-back has got to stay wider on him to hopefully try and cover Trent moving up. The left centre-back has got nothing on him, both ball-playing defenders on defend. Wing-back on support on the left-hand side with stay wider, standard Andy Robertson. Ball midfielder on defend as Fabinho. Now, I really struggled to sort of pinpoint this DM role. And Fabinho was looking actually to leave Liverpool before I did this sim. He wasn't really rumoured. Now he's gone off to Saudi, apparently for £40 million. So in the rebuild, we'll try and ship him out after year one. But yeah, Fabinho, ball midfielder on defend. It was quite a difficult position to sort of nail down. Obviously, it is quite a high press system, so our ball midfielder does work quite well because they are very aggressive. But I'm not sure that really suits Fabinho anymore, which is maybe why as well Liverpool are quite happy to move on from him. Mazzala on support, I put on Alexis McAllister with run wide of the ball, close down more and tackle harder. And Dominic Szoboszlai is a central midfielder on attack, close down more, tackle harder. Left winger is an inverted winger on attack, sit narrower and tackle harder. With the right winger and the Mo Salah role as an inside forward on attack with sit narrower and tackle harder, while Darwin Núñez is leading the line as a complete forward on support, pass it shorter, tackle harder, fantastic striker. And this, you know, system, a complete forward on support, never normally get the results out of it, but because we've got this pass into space, this, you know, middle passing directness and that extremely high tempo, Darwin Núñez is going to make a lot of runs in behind, and it does really work for this side. I mean, you saw how aggressive Dominic Szoboszlai was at one of them goals. He was right on the edge of the box, sort of linking up the play, and Núñez slipped in behind to, I think the keeper saved it, and Salah finished it off. But there's always options in the box, and that is why this tactic works really well. It's a positive mentality, pass into space, play out of defence, low crosses, run at defence, a higher tempo and a fairly narrow system. In transitions, we're taking short kicks, distributing quickly, countering and counter-pressing. And out of system, we are high press line, preventing short kick distribution, triggering the press much more often and getting stuck in. Now, in the olden days, I would have definitely put this on a higher defensive line, but I think last season, Liverpool got caught out a hell of a lot, and I think Klopp will make the adjustment to a standard defensive line for next season. They won't be so aggressive on that line because, I mean, especially with Trent pushing higher up, they're going to have to sit a little bit deeper. Something's going to have to change because that was the big thing for Liverpool last season, was on the transition, they were too high up as a defensive line, and Fabinho, to be honest, just didn't have the legs in that role. So, yeah, I think that's going to be the big change for Klopp next season, is going to that slightly deeper defensive line. You know, Van Dijk has lost a little bit of his pace since his knee injury, and, you know, we'll see if they bring in... they're linked to a few centre-backs, so we'll see if they bring in like a Levi Colville or something like that as well to help Van Dijk, but he is the left-sided centre-half, so be interesting to see what Liverpool do in terms of the defence next season. But that is the Jurgen Klopp tactic. Let me show you the results as well. With Borussia Dortmund, like I said, not quite as good as they are with Liverpool. This is built for Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold on that right-hand side really is one of a kind, so do not get too angry if that right back is not giving you the results or you're too exposed on the right hand side. You might have to change that one individual thing. If you're not Liverpool, you've not got a massively overpowered right back. But I'm waffling. The Borussia Dortmund results. Well, if you guys can, make sure as well to like the video, subscribe to the channel and follow on everything on the screen at the moment. We've got Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube second account, YouTube, and obviously we have got a Patreon as well. And you guys have been smashing the support over there recently. The rebuilds have been coming thick and fast. And the Aston Villa rebuild, sadly with a new PC, as I tried to import all the game save files, it completely corrupt, and I went back on the old PC, was also broken as well. So you didn't get that one, but normally there'll be 3 rebuild files a week, and that does include this Liverpool one, which will be coming tomorrow at 3 PM. So make sure if you want to play with this Liverpool rebuild, get down in the Patreon below. It's £5 a month, and you help my dreams come true. So Borussia Dortmund, I did say the results weren't fantastic. We won the league on 72 points, didn't draw a single game and lost 10. Exactly what I'm talking about with this system. It's extremely aggressive. And the games we did lose, sometimes we got battered. 5-1 by Wolfsburg, 4-1 by Bayern Munich, but 24 wins got us the trophy. The 0 draws, I think, really shows to, when you holiday sim, if you were to take charge of the games, you can make this tactic even better. There's certain games you have to change certain things for, and I think that really does come down to when you download a tactic, you got to have the brains to be able to do that as well. DFB Pokal knocked out in the second round by Wolfsburg as annoying in the Champions League, round of 16 by Real Madrid. Again, you can see from this graph, the Liverpool graph, defensively we were much better, but stick it into a team like Dortmund, a little bit of an underdog in the league, 2.44 goals per game, 1.15 conceded per game, but the goal scored again coming from Sebastian Haller up front. Karim Adeyemi with 18 and 4, Marco Reus with 13 and 15, Julian Brandt with 16. Someone put in the work the space clip in their head, because I'm certainly not going to be able to edit that in, but 6 assists for Marius Wolf, so 25 for Trent, 6 for Marius Wolf, playing in that same right back role. That is the big difference. So get yourself a right back like Trent, you can make this system work unbelievably well. Thank you guys for watching. Look forward to Liverpool rebuild tomorrow at 3 PM. Like the video, and I'll speak to you next time.